Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and we got another brew that we're going to be testing out on the Mythic ladder. This is a Golgari, so green-black Reanimator deck. Reanimator meaning that we're trying to self-mill and then bring creatures back from the graveyard. Of note, there's kind of a soft combo, if you may. So Lotleth Giant is a 7-mana creature. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to target opponent for each creature card in your graveyard. So what we're trying to do is mill it over, use Blood for Bones to get it back from the graveyard, and then kind of burn out your opponent. So what we kind of have is enablers, and I want to try out Golgari first, but this might be better served as a blue-black deck. So we'll try to see how it works out and go from there. So we have Mire Triton, Glowspore Shaman, Gorging Vulture, and the Binding of the Titans. That will all put cards into our graveyard. One card we didn't include is Tyramurite, Calls of the Dead, because it exiles our creatures, so we don't want that. We want creatures to stay in our yard. We have Midnight Reaper. When our creatures die, they draw cards. Woe Strider and Polukranos can both be escaped. Polukranos can fight. Woe Strider can sacrifice stuff to get around exile. Blood for Bones is the way we get stuff back, so it's kind of the reanimation. Vraska could sack our stuff for value, destroy enchantments. Then we have one of each Cavalier. Want to try them both out. Cavalier of Night can sack our creatures. We have a lot of small ones. Kill something, and then when it dies, we can get back these enablers. Cavalier puts stuff in our graveyards and can get back key pieces. We have Finality, which can get stuff back from our graveyard to our hand and serve as a board wipe. We don't care if our stuff dies. The Lotleth Giant, and then we have Molderhulk, which costs 1 less for each creature in our graveyard. So effectively in this deck, it should most of the time be a 2-mana creature that gets to return a land from the graveyard to the battlefield. And then we have Cauldron of Eternity. I want to try out one of these. So it allows us to reanimate when stuff's already in the graveyard. And then we can still put stuff into our graveyard to reanimate. But if something dies from the battlefield, it goes back into the library. So it is kind of a way we could prevent ourselves from milling out. Mana base wise, pretty simple. We got our duels, some Fabled Passages, and some castles. Sideboard wise, tried to optimize creatures where possible, but we do have just some good green-black interaction. Agonizing Remorse versus Control, Epic Downfall versus Big Stuff, Noxious Grasps when we need them. We have Assassin's Trophy. We have Brontodon, and Kraul Foragers is something I want to try out for the life gain, and then a Casualties. The one card I'm thinking that might actually be better than this is Ashiok. I'm wondering if I just cut this for Ashiok. Let's try a game first, see if we run into a lot of... Ashiok's exile, because you can target yourself, mill 4, and then force your opponent to exile, which is quite relevant. But let's try this out first, see how it goes, and then we can always tweak it if need be along the way. So we're at like 96% Mythic, just jamming games in Mythic. I don't really care about the rank right now that we're up here. This isn't a month that we qualify for anything too impactful. But gives us good competition against the best of the best. This hand's fine. Really just want to put stuff into the graveyard here. So as always, if you do enjoy the content, want to show your support, if you can, drop a comment in the video description down below. So let's just enter that tapped and then say go. Waiting on the opponent here. This could be a white weenie style deck. So let's go Mire Triton first. It can trade if need be. So would have preferred Molderhulk in hand. But we'll take it as it comes, see how it goes. Okay. Okay, they just tap down there. So we did mill over one of our Blood for Bones, so that's something we're going to want to try to get back. When I can get to 5 mana, what I'll likely do is play... Yeah, I like me some Reanimators. So let's attack with both. See how it goes. They're going to tap down again. Sure. We are 4 creatures in the graveyard right now. Nice full grip if we draw something like Polukranos. So we hit 2 Archons here, which is nice. We're going to exile those. Yeah, I have 2 Polukranos in it. Ah, it selected the wrong. I wanted to get... Yeah, so 1 Cauldron, 2 Polukranos. I'm going to make them spend mana first. See if they take any blocks here. Zeus, can you just confirm that the audio is okay? I just want to make sure that it's picking up the mic all right.
I'm good at what I do.
So here... I think we just plus this turn. I do want to get a land back and a creature from my graveyard, so we'll just decline here. Awesome. Sometimes when Arena does their updates, it messes up with my audio. So we got the deck list out of the way there. So this looks like some sort of like blue-white weenie. Shatter's fine. Awesome, thanks for stopping by. Return or land. So we can get Molderhulk back, which is probably the play. Three mana, get back a land. Does this come into play tapped? It doesn't. So let's just get a forest here. Lets us play out a Mire Triton. 6 cards in graveyard. I think we decline again here. So this is going to pressure the opponent. We have one more turn to the ultimate. And then any creature attacking in will kill it. The Archon, All-Seed, Law Rune Enforcer, Shatter the Sky deck. Peak Mythic. Okay, so they have Giant Killer there. Okay, so I do have Blood for Bones. So I can sacrifice that. I think, to be honest, I'm going to Finality here, get back the Midnight Reaper and the Molderhulk. So this costs 4 now. See if they want to take the trade. If not, what I can do is I can sack this, draw a card, get Molderhulk. And then we have Glowspore Shaman for the following turn. We're not really hitting our lands, so I want to hit them. Giant. 6 cards in the grave, so we can set it up. Next turn I can go Glowspore into Midnight Reaper. Vraska's ultimate's also pressuring them. This is something we need to kill. I think we just need to prioritize taking things off the battlefield this turn. Like, their Arcan's going to be able to give them enough blockers. So mana-wise, I got 3 and 3, so it's probably more effective to do this. This gives me a blocker to protect Vraska. Okay, and we got Polukranos and Woe Strider, 8 cards in the grave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some weird, like, taxi prison deck. So that takes it down to 4. I can still minus and kill that, which is fine. Should probably just do... Yeah, probably just take it here. Because what I can do too is I can always sacrifice this Molderhulk. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. So let them commit more to the board. Let me sacrifice the Hulk. Probably give him like one more turn. Okay, so we got Blood for Bones, and we got Glowspore. So we got both Blood for Bones. I can just... I think we just wipe the board this turn. It's probably the best. Okay, they tap down. No attacks here because I don't want him to gain life. We'll draw 2 cards. Doesn't matter. Dies anyways. Perfect. So next turn I can go Lotleth Giant. If it dies, this is draining them for 11 this turn. And then I can always set it up with Woe Strider. Gatwick's fine because it just dies. To Vraska. I would love if you take 11. Vraska's been really good this game. Okay, I got Dream Trawler. So I could win. So go to combat. They have to block. Okay, so that taps them out. That's fine. So I sack the giant. Doesn't matter here. Midnight Reaper. So the first is return a creature to the graveyard, to the battlefield. See if the opponent concedes here. So return creature to the battlefield. Here comes Giant, and doesn't matter. Let's just bring Polyk back to hand. That takes him out. Got him good dead. So the grasps seem good here. Probably like the epic downfalls. I don't think we want the remorse. I think we just go like that. These are probably good because they'll exile some stuff. Mire Triton's fine. Probably want the ability to sack. Polukranos is also probably okay. Cavalier could come out. This blocks well. This is the problem, just getting rid of cuts. I do like the fine finality. Maybe cut a couple shamans. And then Cauldron's probably good like grind value, so I do like that. Probably just gonna cut the shamans. Out of all their small creatures, it doesn't block well. At least this has like death touch. We'll see what they bring in here. The problem is you don't want to sideboard too much because then you dilute the game plan. And we'll see if they have something like Ashiok or something to exile our graveyard. This hand sucks. This hand's awesome. Probably gonna put the Finality, fine Finality back. That was a very good 7 if we could have kept it. So we're looking for a play on 3 ideally here. We have mana for Cavalier. I don't know if they have something like Essence Capture. Well, both of those cards would have been nice to have. So it's like a blue-white mid-range list. They keep both on top. Honestly, even if they have like Teferi and they just bounce my Mire Triton, Verity Circle. Whenever a creature does not attack, you draw a card, tap a creature without flying. Looks like a fine target for Vraska. You know what, I should have probably done double black to face, like we have Murderous Rider or something. Okay, suck in Verity Circle. Just chip in some damage here. Graveyard's not that full. We didn't have much self-milling. Cavalier will put some cards in next turn at least. Hopefully that takes them out. So I'm doing this now. Okay, so they'll tap here. They'll get to draw a card. That's fine. Want to get this Cavalier going. Let's put the Tomb into play. Was hoping to mill, so if we can get Finality back when Cavalier dies, that's not bad. We have 3 cards in graveyard. This might be a Conquer's Death. No, just Law Mage Binding. So Verity Circle is their card advantage engine, so I want to take them off that. Play out the Mire Triton. I'm going to hold this back this turn, just in case they have a way to tap down my other blocker. Okay, I'll get rid of Vraska. Anything worthwhile to bring back, they don't. So let's tack in with both here, see if they want to offer a trade. They do. That's 1 more point of damage that comes in with Lotleth. And now I can just start drawing cards every turn. Hitting for 8 next turn. So Vraska would have been nice. Actually, that's very good. So let's attack in first, see if they have anything. Do I have a Blood for Bones? So what I can do here, I can sack both of the, I could sack this to get Cavalier back on top, draw the Cavalier, and then I can get some advantage going that way. Okay, they got Dream Trawler. Does Vraska help? So I do have Fine Finality. Three, 4, 5. 5. I could get him to tap this down. It's not enough. Let's just refill our hand. See if we can race this. So keep that on top. Gonna sacrifice this just so we can set up our draw. Don't want the lands. So see what they do here. Still at a reasonable life total. We have another Hulk Giant in the graveyard. I want to try to find that Blood for Bones. I can attack him with the Mire Triton. It's got Death Touch, so if they want, they can block there. We get to draw a card off it. They take the damage. So let's draw a card here. Gorging Vulture. Gives me a turn to block this Dream Trawler. So here I can go Gorging Vulture, try to dig deeper. Because the nice thing here is I can block Dream Trawler. Okay. Binding will eventually let me return something. If we look, Binding can let me get back one of these Lotleth Giants, which should be enough. The thing is here, they can, oh no, they could have tapped down the Giant Killer to get in some damage. They opt to draw cards. So here what we do is we block. Before damage we sack it, so that way they don't gain the life. Molderhulk doesn't help. I want Blood for Bones. Jeez. Just in case they could get Conquer's Death back. So let's thin out the deck a bit more. My word. Because the thing is, they're going to be able to gain a lot of life this turn. Do have the Grasp. So that actually works out pretty nice because it gives us another turn to fog this. So I'm going to do this on their upkeep. So we draw a card. Trying to find Blood for Bones. So all we're doing is just fogging them for a turn. So they can chip in some damage. I don't really care. I'm just trying to optimize because then I get my Bloodhulk back. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think we got it next turn. Oh, and we got the Blood for Bones. I would love you back in my hand. So they're at 12. So we got it. We got it! Actually, I have another one here. Right? I do. Hey Quantum, how's it going? Combo. Alrighty. That worked out. That worked out really nice. I think I want a second green Cavalier instead of the black Cavalier. I did the thing twice. And I bet Dream Trawler both times. Green Cavalier to get stuff back from the graveyard seems good. And I think I want a third Vraska. No, maybe. Let's go maybe like this. Try out the second Cavalier, and then maybe I'll cut down the Molderhulk. Let me give Arena a quick reset. That one went a little long. Gonna start getting the glitches. It's actually, like, it's not a tier deck we were playing against, but it had some decent cards in it. The fact we outraced Dream Trawler. They're a weird prison-y deck. Let's run it for another one. Woe Strider felt really good there. Keep this. Scry away any land. Yeah, I'm wondering if we go to 3. The way I see it is I can usually find one to escape. That's a perfect card to come down. Alright. Can be blue-white control, can be mid-ramp. Well, at least we're not drawing lands for the next 3 turns. So if blue-white control, this card's pretty good against them. Yeah, likely blue-white. If they have Teferi to bounce something, I can sacrifice. There's not a huge amount of value for them to bounce. I just want to smooth out my draw this turn. You know what? Just because of the deck we're playing against, I think Castle would be really good. Like if, maybe not. I have so many lands. Cauldron is a ways away from being cast. Alright, so that's probably their absorb turn. Okay, so it's the older Thirst for Meaning version. So I don't know how much we can really bode with this game. We pushed across quite a few lands. Let's see if they bounce Woe Strider here.
Time for plan B.
That's fine. I want to attack Teferi here. I can't do anything anyways. Vraska is very good to get down. So let's scry here. Don't want the Fabled Passage. Let's get down Vraska. I want to get some value off this, so I'm going to sack a land to draw another land. Okay, Okay, so they had the Vraska Conquers Death here. We still don't have a creature in the graveyard, which is kind of nuts. Let's just play you out and then play the Tomb. If we get their life down low enough, we can Giant them. Like if we could get one more attack in. Okay, they Omen. I've seen 10 of our 24 lands. 10 of our 16 cards have been lands. They don't have a board wipe here. Narset's fine.
I know 88. Way home your prowess.
So let's just sack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we want to play this turn. Okay, score. Vulture's nice. So the thing is, they get Narset anyways. And they only have 2 white. So I kind of want to just pressure their life total here. Because this makes it so this Lotleth Troll next turn, if we draw a land, is lethal. And then Teferi, depending on what they try to bounce.
I have just the trick for this.
Okay, so they do have a counter spell up. They go another Narset.
Focus and discipline. Slow.
They need to kind of play into board wipe here.
Come on.
If they don't find a board wipe, we just have lethal on board.
That didn't pan out.
This still is lethal.
Here we go.
No, I think we just try to force here. They have to kill 2 things here. Thirst for Meaning does not do it. Alright, took him down. Ghetto beat style. They didn't see the Lotleth Giant. So we definitely want Remorse here. Probably some Grasps. I can see them bringing in... what's his name? Maybe some Brontodons. So Molderhulk really doesn't do much in this matchup. Cauldron could be interesting. Vraska's good. Polukranos doesn't do much. I just want to like lower my curve down a lot. I still want the Giants because they can just win the game. Finality's good. Gorging Vulture is fine. Binding can come out. Probably cut down 1 Giant. Go like that. Actually, you know what? Let's play the Giant, get rid of the Blood for Bones. Maybe don't even want Blood for Bones. What do we think here? could bring in trophies. You know, I think I want to retool the sideboard maybe to like have Ceratops and stuff. They're not really presenting many threats. We're not going to beat Dream Trawler in this version, most likely. So I think it's just putting pressure on them and going from there. Alright, we'll keep. Sweet. Found our land. I'm probably like interested in just hitting land drops. Gonna try to hit like a Teferi or something. So Thirst for Meaning digs them deeper, but because we have double Midnight Reaper, I think we want to get rid of the Narset there. So I'm going to play Woe Strider first, just because if they do hit Teferi, we get better value. So I discard 2 lands. I can always sack this to get a Scry, and if they bounce it, then I get another Scry out of it. Either way, we're not attacking in this turn.
Let's slow this down.
Okay, as expected. So like at least like this, I get a Scry. Okay, so we got Glowspore. To be honest, I'm probably going to keep that on top.
I'll protect you.
So this turn, thanks Chuck. It's more the haircut I need to get than the beard. I don't want them to Conquer's Death this, so I'm going to lead on the Midnight Reaper. I'd rather they Conquer's Death this, because what I can do is with Midnight Reaper and then Glowspore Shaman the following turn.
I'm not making this up as I go.
We just didn't really present the clock this game. So they just draw another Teferi and invalidate my entire turn. Sounds fun. I want to keep this Cavalier as well. Nah, I'm not going to be playing in any of the CFB stuff. Time-wise, they're all seeming like they're taking quite a duration of time. And I think at this point I would rather just save the 25 bucks. TX Pump Fist, if you're on the computer, there's a little widget right here that you can see the deck. Otherwise, it's right over here. I want to put this on top. I'm going to lose it anyways, so might as well get it in the graveyard. I'm going to bottom this just because we want creatures in our graveyard. Okay, so we got that. Do I want the land? Probably not. So this list is basically what we have left in the deck.
Let's try this.
This is match 2, game 2. We took down game 1 against, so we're post board now. So just gonna set up here. They most likely have counters. Maybe I should have kept the other line. I think I'm gonna keep this line just so I can double spell. So they know about the Midnight Reaper. We'll see if they counter this. I want this to resolve. When that resolves, then I can start cycling things around. That's cool with me. Because I can just escape this back after. And now I get at least 2 draws if they wipe the board again. Ah, shit.
Trust me, I have a plan.
So it's a little unfortunate. I do have to let them gain 3 life, but I need to take Teferi off the board here because their only chance of winning this game is this sticking. We do get 2 draws out of this. Okay, so that's actually pretty good because I can hold up Grasp as well. I probably want the castle here. So 8 creatures in the graveyard. I think here we actually Noxious Grasp our own Cavalier. And then get back Thrashing Brontodon. Or you know what, maybe not even get back anything. So let them come down, see what they're going to target. Let's do it this way. Let me see what I draw first. Do we want to exile? So we're going to decline here because I want to be able to reanimate it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can do both here. Our only way to win this game is with this blocking. Okay, so let's go. Take down Narset. That way we can draw some cards. Brontodon, blow this up. I don't want them to be able to get back to Fairy to bounce. And then play out the land. Blood for Bones this. 11 cards in graveyard, or 11 creatures. So we're going to return Cavalier. I don't have the... Oh, I do have a Gorging Vulture. This just gains us some life. Of note as well, doesn't get hit by Devout Decree. So we know at least one of the cards. Hopefully that's not a... Okay, they go Shatter here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Agonizing Remorse on top. So then I can exile this Stream Trawler out of their graveyard. Okay, well, that was a good play. They do get the shuffle. Or we just draw another Cavalier. And that sounds awesome. So let's lead on Cavalier. I wanted Cauldron. 19 cards, 12 in graveyard. Play out the Mire Triton, gains us some life. And then just play out Woe Strider. If they try to exile, I can sack that. Okay, 30 life, 17 cards in library. I can deal 13. Sick. Sick, sick, sick. It's actually really good that we were able to take down a control deck. That was one I was worried about. Awesome. So that's pretty much the deck. We did a lot better than I thought I would be doing. The sideboard, I don't know if I'm in love with the sideboard, but like that plan seemed fine. Remorse, Noxious Grasp, and some of these. Woe Strider was good. This was nice to bring back stuff. Like these putting on pressure as well was pretty nice. We never got to try this out, so it's kind of disappointing there. But I'll probably play around a little bit more with this one, see how it goes. I'm going to wrap this one up. Going to eat some dinner. Thanks everyone who stopped by. If you'd like to see any other particular brews, we've got a couple more days left in Mythic, so I like to play in this just to see competition. 4 days left, so if there's any other decks you'd like to see brew-wise, let me know. I might try out that Kraul Foragers list that I posted on my Instagram, but we'll take it from there. Otherwise, have a safe one out there, social distance, and have a great one. Thanks for stopping by.